So many people are afraid of being alone. This fear is one of Satan's favorite ways to beat us up, and it often causes people to do just about anything to be accepted as part of the crowd. But God not only tells us to fear not, He also tells us, "Fear not, for I am with you." This video will give you 4 easy, practical, and faith-focused steps to squash fear of being alone forever. We can go a long way toward defeating this problem if we understand fear of being alone better. Let's look at a true story about Lexi, who at first blush seems like one of the friendliest people on the planet. When you meet Lexi, you'll immediately notice how she will laugh at your jokes and make you feel like you're a professional comedian. If you talk religion, you'll soon consider running for Pope, because everything that you say will be met with a smile of approval. Whether your opinion is pro-life or pro-choice, Lexi will make you feel like she agrees with you because she's a chameleon. Lexi's fear of being alone has turned her into what I call an everybody. An everybody doesn't think what everybody else doesn't think. Unfortunately, Lexi's motivation comes from a deep-rooted fear that someone might discover who she really is, and then they won't like her. If she truly had an opinion, she would open herself to the possibility that you might disagree with her, and it's a risk she's not willing to take. Being an everybody is mostly based on a fear of being left out. For example, millions of everybody's watch the Super Bowl simply so they can be included in the water cooler conversations on Monday. Now, these everybody's don't really care about football, and they could have spent that time doing something that they truly enjoyed, but they're desperately trying to fit in and feel accepted. Step 1 is to recognize and write down the problem. The more specific you can be in writing down the problem, the more freedom you'll have. Now, the problem is no longer confined to your head, and best of all, now that the problem is on a sheet of paper, you can crumple it up, or you can clarify it, or you can even write some solutions. Step 2 is to write a list of all the things that you truly enjoy doing. Include everything from watching ants to reading outer space books. Do you like video games? Great! Well, write it down. Do you like baking? Well, write that down. Maybe you like taking pictures. Write it all down, everything you like. The point is to rediscover and know your interests. Step 3 is to make a list of what you and others like about you. Include every detail from your smile to your hairline to the way you sing. Write down all your accomplishments and achievements. The point is to rediscover all the wonderful things about yourself. And now, we get to the most important step, step 4. The Bible says we all have different gifts, and we are called to use these talents that God has given us. God knows, and we all know, that when we play to our strengths, life is so much easier. Just think of what your life would be like if you focused on your strengths instead of your weaknesses. The truth is that many people never overcome their weaknesses, but they could make significant improvements in their lives and the lives of others if they simply focused on what they were already good at. The big takeaway is not to change who you are. Instead, become more of who you were meant to be. This means spending time doing activities you look forward to that give you a strength at the same time. Just imagine your life where you're living and doing what you do best and not worrying about or craving the crowd's approval, because we always fit in with God. Remember, God can indeed move mountains, but don't be surprised if He hands you a shovel. Because you're here watching this video means that you're already on your way to conquering fear of being alone. There is simply no more time to suffer in anger, sadness, unforgiveness, or fear, not even for one more day. If you're ready to stop listening to Satan's lies, visit BeHappyNow.org and start living your new life of happiness today.